Assalamu alaikum students. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Today we are going to learn the easiest way of writing valencies of most of the elements and radicals, which will help you to study chemistry with a lot of interest. Students, once you learn this sentence, a large penguin slides cute silver cars, not noticing happy huge horses move. You will notice that the first letter of every word represents either an element or radical of valency 1. For example, A stands for ammonium. The radical is NH4 in brackets plus 1. Large. The word large begins with L, so the element representing it is lithium, whose symbol is Li plus 1. Penguin. It begins with the letter P, so the element representing it is potassium and the symbol for which is K plus 1. The next word is slides. It begins with the letter S, so the element representing it also begins with S, and that is sodium, and the symbol for which is Na plus 1. The next word is cute. It begins with the letter C, so the element representing C here is chloride, and the symbol is Cl minus 1. The next word is silver. It begins with the letter S, so the element representing it is silver, whose symbol is Ag plus 1. The next word you notice is cars. It begins with the letter C, so the element with the letter C here is copper, whose symbol is Cu plus 1. The next word here is not. It begins with the letter N. So the radical's name representing it is nitrate, and it is written as NO3 brackets minus 1. A radical is actually a group of atoms which behaves as a single unit. Then the next word is noticing. You notice it begins with the letter N, and the radical representing N here is nitrite, which is written as NO2 minus 1. The next word here is happy. Happy begins with the letter H, so the element representing it is hydrogen, whose symbol is H plus 1. The next word is huge. You notice it begins with H, so the radical representing huge is hydrogen carbonate, and it is written as HCO3 minus 1. The next word here is horses. It begins with the letter H, which represents the radical hydroxide, which is again written in brackets as OH to the power minus 1. The last word is move, M. It begins with the letter M, so the element representing it is mercury, and the symbol for which is Hg plus 1. If you learn this sentence and write out the symbols accordingly, you will be able to apply for your formulae easily without difficulty, and you will be loved to learn chemistry in future. Similarly, if you learn the sentence, can cats in large mountains move zebras on small solid silver cages? You will be familiar with the elements and radicals with valency 2. For instance, when you take can, it begins with the letter C, so the element representing it is calcium Ca2 plus. The next word is cats. It begins with the letter C. The element representing it is copper. Its symbol is Cu2 plus. The next word is in. It begins with the letter I. It represents the element iron, whose symbol is Fe2 plus. The next word is large. It begins with the letter L, representing the element lead, whose symbol is Pb2 plus. The next word is mountains. It begins with the letter M, representing the element magnesium, whose symbol is Mg2 plus. The next word is move. It begins with the letter M, representing the element manganese, whose symbol is Mn2 plus. The next word is zebras. It begins with the letter Z, representing the element zinc, whose symbol is Zn2 plus. The next word is on. It begins with the letter O, representing oxide whose symbol is O2 minus. The next word is small. It begins with the letter S, representing sulfide whose symbol is S2 minus. The next word you notice begins with S. It is solid. It represents the radical sulfite SO3 2 minus. A radical is a group of atoms which behaves as a single unit. The next word is silver. It begins with S, representing the radical sulfate, whose formula is SO4 2 minus. The next word is cages. It begins with the letter C, representing the radical carbonate, whose formula is CO3 2 minus. If you learn this and write out, you will be familiar with the elements and radicals with valency 2 or valency 3. The sentence is I am a nice person, where I stands for the element iron, whose symbol is Fe3 plus. The next word is am. Here A stands for aluminium, whose symbol is Al3 plus. For A we do not write anything. Then the next word is nice, where N stands for nitride, whose symbol is N minus 3. The next word here is person, where P represents phosphate and it is represented as PO4 3 minus. So once you learn these three sentences, write them out and practice, you will be familiar with the valencies 1, 2, and 3 for most of the elements and radicals. In the next slide, I will teach you how to write the formula of compounds.